Lucian up first, 2 ADC bans. So no Xayah and Rakan, at least for this side. Azir taken quickly by Yagao. Varus still up. Vi taken early on. It's interesting. It's interesting. You could take Varus Tahm Kench here, but they opt for the engage with the Nautilus instead.
That's the thing, right? Because you're going to give a champions.
Yep, Cassante makes sense. As a blind. Okay, Taliyah was banned in the last game. Alright, so this is playing heavily into the bot side, guys. You know, this is very powerful. These three are very powerful skirmishing in the 3v3. With Vi, Lucian, and Milio, with the Taliyah able to use wall to support in the bot side. This is a game plan that's going to run through bot lane for them.
Scout on the Taliyah. Now, we've talked about him being a huge playmaker and a huge source of the macro from LNG. We knew that through last summer as well. You get into mid-game, and Scout pushes out side lanes. He takes side lane out of turrets, and then he roams back towards the fight. Taliyah is excellent at doing that. I think JDG need to have insane early game presence, particularly in the bot side, to stop that duo lane getting online. Otherwise, it feels like you get in towards the side lane allocations from LNG, they are going to rip JDG to shreds if they get to choose the lanes they want to be in at the right times.
Yeah, I do feel like this is a bit more kind of bog standard from JDG, though it does feel a lot more coded, if you will, in their blood of how they want to try and work this, how they want to try and build this stuff up. So definitely feels like Ruler setting himself up for a little bit more success to be an AD carry.
Do I have any insight into why LNG isn't playing Hung over Mark? Hung was kind of not great. Like, Hung was the worst part of this roster last year. So I don't have any insight into it. You know, I don't read a lot of the Chinese rumors, and I don't speak Chinese. I don't know the exact reason or if there are rumors about the reason. Mark has been getting better, though, to be fair.
Again, this is a massive matchup that they're going to get so early in the season.
The rumor is that Gala prefers playing with Mark since they played together before. Possible. He started out pretty bad, but he's had some good games since then. You have to say 4play is one of the best things out there these days. Thank you very much. If you, too, would like to watch our movie show, head on over to this channel and support it. Last Free Nation Culture. How good would you say Flandre is right now from White Vinegar over on YouTube? He looks really good, honestly. He looks really good. I've been surprised.
I don't really see. Have definitely gotten their first loss of the. In terms of
I didn't expect him to kind of like pop off this hard early on.
Throwing in a rock there, making sure they know that missing is around. They're not going to get caught out by anything too crazy. And I like this that LNG do this. They're very meticulous about making sure that they're catching out, especially with such a strong level 1 coming out from JDG. They're very meticulous in making sure that they're not allowing JDG just to set themselves up for success to get an early flash or something better.
You watch Tokyo Godfathers, one of my favorite movies. Yeah, dude, that show about Tokyo Godfathers is really good that we made. I think you'll like it. Great movie. I'm a huge Satoshi Kon fan.
Again, you can really see from the positioning of both of these.
Do I have any plans to go into casting? No. Casting is a dead-end job for no money now. Casting as like a long-term career option is fucking dead, guys. It's fucking dead.
This is exactly what I thought was.
Gala is now in a bad bush, and with the rest of his bot side, again, you can really.
Why is Gala so far up in this lane while his support is so far back?
Gala is now in a bad bush.
Get an early flash or something better.
I mean, it's cool that there's this kind of delayed move by JDG into the bot side. Whoops. Oh, shoot. Well, rip, I accidentally restarted it, guys. Sorry.
That's a double. The double team of 2023 has an awful. Mid lane is now having an exceptional.
I'm trolling, sorry.
Very ready.
Well, I'll get there eventually, guys. I really fucked it up. I really fucked it up.
So you've lost several flashes, even lost a kill. It's all
early into lane.
We'll see. We'll see the Taliyah just.
Would I consider coaching a team? No.
Can they be
Don't want to be team side right now. There's no money.
How important
The best times in the league were casting worlds in season 2 and 3. Thank you. If you have an idea for a web app that would be helpful with the multi-streaming. Actually, I mean, the multi-streaming OBS plugin is really good.
With the rest of his
So.
team leaving, they were there for the level 1, but can they stop this now?
That's a flash, and this is
So this does delay Azir. Why they were not expecting this is this does delay Azir to the mid wave and might allow some poke here from the Talia. Yeah, so you're going to get a Q channel off. But obviously not worth the flash in the bot.
Scout can get himself another full-threaded volley onto Yagao, though. He's out of range to get minion aggro, so Yagao is entering lane at half HP because he has to walk through the onslaught of those rocks. Missing has bush control. This is what they were meant to deny with the minute 1. They're getting traded.
Yes, they were trying to get rid of this opportunity. But, you know, come level 2 and level 3, that Lucian's going to be very strong. But unfortunately, like, he doesn't have barrier now, he doesn't have flash. It's pretty annoying.
In order to get full kill pressure, and I mean, Missing needs to play this lane so aggressive, knowing that the flash is down, knowing that the barrier is no longer there. This is just such a hard lane.
Nah, dude, I learned my lesson from coaching CLG and from owning a team. Literally the only worst position than working for shitty Riot is working with a team where your career depends on teenagers liking you and teenagers doing what you tell them. Fuck that, man. Absolutely fuck that to the max.
The man in the mid lane didn't have the best game, 599. Let's hope for better on the 600th game in the LPL.
I have 2 kids of my own. I don't want 5 on a League of Legends team that have weird power over me.
Back in 2018, we are hitting some long careers right now, which is honestly so exciting to see. We're hitting some big milestones that may or may not stand for the longest time. Gets himself in the top 10 most games of a player within the LPL, so let's see if they go for anything else. Missing is going to go aggressive here. They have just ignored him for the moment, but the Vi is around. Weiwei might just run into Kanabi, and yeah, they see that the other jungler is there. They don't want to overcommit to this one here because they know that they just basically...
So the entire game plan for LNG about kind of pressuring through bot side has now really been thrown into chaos. Possibly, though, there will be an opportunity to get a Talia wall and make something happen. But this is not how you wanted this like kind of early game to go. Thank you, Shobes, for the gift sub. That's very generous of you.
You can get your W3 and you can get your passive off. That's kind of nice, but yeah, Shinsao at this point just so
Thank you very much. Also, adding that you have no direct impact in the game like a coach does in football. Yeah, you kind of just have to, like, you can't coach in game, so if they fuck up, it's just, that's it.
Looking to try and catch them out on the side of this one here. Gonna definitely blow at least a flash. The flick back not good enough. And LNG said, all right.
You know, even in Counter-Strike it'd be better because at least you can call timeouts between rounds and have a strategic conversation.
I mean, that is disaster narrowly avoided from JDG. They lose a flash and that's it from their jungler, but they don't end up kind of being able to fulfill this game plan of being able to keep the...
Yeah, you can't add timeouts, guys, unfortunately. You can't add timeouts.
A wave pushed into turret now as well. They're going to get themselves...
There's no, you know, there's no real time in a real-time game. Like, Counter-Strike is round-based, so you just call timeouts between rounds. There's no ability to call timeouts in League of Legends. Thank you, Shows. Another gift sub.
You need more than this. That was the bare minimum, being able to kind of do something to keep Gala and Mark from getting huge advantages in lane or something like that. They haven't managed to really keep them down.
Yeah,
aren't I from Colorado? Yes, I am. I'm from Fort Collins. And I will be once again living in Colorado probably at the end of this year. Everything I own is currently in Colorado in a warehouse.
Trying to see if he can go for something. That's all 3 of the Void Grubs taken now, so good start here by Kanavi to get that momentum going.
Man, Kanavi just gets absolutely everything on the map now. This is crazy to watch.
We'll have to see how much they can build up towards that. See if a hook lands down here as well. They're angling for it. It's a big wave. Mark and Garley, you can see that they don't want to walk up towards the cannon and the wave crashing in.
I work in Fort Collins. I help you move. That's very generous of you, but I'm moving to Denver. So my family's and my parents are in Colorado or in Fort Collins though. I grew up right across the street from City Park on the north side. My dad's a professor. He used to run the honors program at Colorado State.
So long ago at the same time, these guys' careers have gone so far. Now sweeping in, level 6 mark going into the wave, but we've got some real veterans here on the Rift, Oshin.
Oh yeah, we've had some guys who've been here for a very, very long time. See if they can.
What you can do, however, Guardian, is drink a 90 shilling for me. Can you do that?
Of course, has a little bit of a break, is coming back to try and reclaim some of the former glories that he used to have. And we wait to see where LNG really sit themselves. This was a roster that made it all the way to the finals in summer of 2023. Not really able to get the last win against JDG to stop them from potentially going towards the golden.
You've never heard of 90 shilling?
2 games or 2.
I don't believe you're in Fort Collins.
Missing. He didn't actually see that the Weiwei was there, so he thinks that this is going to be a pretty easy setup here for JDG.
You've been exposed.
Where there's a will, there's a way, but is there a Weiwei in that brush? We'll soon find out. They will at least.
It's a beer by. It's like the most famous beer by Odell Brewing, dude.
Both junglers know the fight is on.
Yep, 3v3 missing, and Gala trading health bars, but you always take that trade if you've got a enchanter on your team to give you the shield.
I don't drink. Oh my.
Weiwei and Kanavi going to find each other a little bit. No luck with the hook.
I'm so disappointed in you.
Everyone's just being a little bit scared, a little bit skittish, because they know Scout was looking for a little bit of a roam. They've spotted him, so you know exactly where he is, and that's why you can see immediately Yagao going for a full push.
Yeah, exactly, and we knew what this was likely going to be the case with the Talia locked in. Fine lane matchup into the Azir, had a very good level 1, managed to force Yagao to enter lane a half HP.
All right, here's what you can do then. You can go to DP Dough and buy a calzone and think of me. Or Big City Burrito. There you go. Go to Big City Burrito and get a burrito. Can you do these things? Are you like a vegetarian too? Are you a vegetarian too?
Yeah, you got full information of where Weiwei was. Just walking away from that, realizing, yeah, if I just make myself look kind of okay to take, I know my jungler is around, it shouldn't be an issue. No knockback for Zika. We haven't really looked at this top side at all. They've just been farming. They've just been having the time of their lives to just not be involved in anything right now. And yeah, it's similar to game number 1. We're gonna have a slow early game, something to wait.
I just had Big City. I have had DP Dough. Okay, thank you.
Getting himself up to level 6 might look for an engage here.
Shobes572, thank you for the gift sub again. You live in Denver. I too will soon be a Denverite. All right. Finally play on the top side. Flandre already ulted. Bombed back. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Nicely done. Ooh, Scout almost dies, but it's okay. Saved. Good job for a W after Vi ulting. Relatively clean.
And the ghost from Zika just to give him that little extra bit of move speed to make sure he's not getting caught.
Yes, DP Dough is great. Everybody in Colorado knows when you are drunk or high at 2 a.m., that is what you fucking get. It's cheap, it's delicious, it's open at 2 a.m.
Just not able to really see off that dive towards the top side. Completely unfair. 100% CC'd to death. And the old veteran at the top lane, really not much he can do in that situation. What's it going to mean for the matchup, though? The kill does go over to Zucker. That's a little annoying.
Can't wait to go to New Casa Bonita, guys. That's gonna be my jam. I honestly cannot wait to take my kid to New Casa Bonita when I get back.
The matchup is a little bit weird into Cassante anyway, because you're not necessarily looking for the 1v1 ability to kind of chunk him down. You're more looking for the ability to get in towards the backline later into the game. Of course, that's going to have a huge amount of value. There are 3 very squishy targets towards the bot side of the map, which we've seen.
One of my plans when I get back here, like this job, the job where I run Last Free Nation and stream and consult. Exactly the same thing I'm doing as in Korea right now.
We have seen some serious raid bosses, though, in terms of Aatroxes in the LPL so far this split.
All right, moving back here. I'm moving back to Denver later this year. I'm moving to Denver. All of my shit from LA was taken on a truck from California to Colorado. It is currently in a warehouse, like my entire house.
You've gotten pretty much all neutral objectives confirmed by JDG, so they're dragging up 6.
Wait, all the stuff in South Park is real? Casa Bonita? Yes, Casa Bonita is real. It was also bought by Matt and Trey from South Park and renovated, and they reopened it. So now they own Casa Bonita. It's crazy.
They had like the little Teletubby skins with like the little except it's not a TV screen. It's just like a little portal which the mice jump out of. That's actually horrifying. Don't think about that.
South Park is also real. It's not a city though. It's just a area. Yeah, South Park is real, but it's not actually a city. It's more just a geographic area.
Sort yourself out, but I mean, I'll say I'm still partial to the Ed and Eddies. That's my personal one. But we'll see how the community
Put
decides.
them on a rotation. We'll see whether this fight's going to start though on the bot side. Vice here, but the play fizzles out.
Yeah, Kanavi was not spotted, so he was in a prime position to turn that one back around. The hook does land, does get kicked back though, and they're going to try and flash away. A lot of ultimates there used just to try and kill off Mark. They don't really get any damage down onto him at the end of it all. Heal and flash burnt for just the ignite, but a lot of pressure now no longer available as Kanavi has already known that Weiwei has never left. They know for a fact that he's still here because he has just been walking there and back again through all of this. They can turn straight
I haven't seen Reckless's performance, guys. I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit about role-swapped challenger supports. I cannot give less of a shit. I have to watch all the good teams and games in the world. I do not watch tier 2 anywhere. I don't care. Gala? Gala?
Any damage down onto him at the end of it all. Heal and flash burnt for just the ignite, but a lot of pressure now no longer available as Kanavi has already known.
They see Weiwei here on that ward. It's a great ward, by the way. It's a great ward. So they see Weiwei coming in, and that's why they continue to cover. And Gala just walks up. Hey guys, should Mark be in range to ult Gala right now? What do you guys think? Do you think he should be in range to ult Gala?
Perfect information, and they knew exactly how to capitalize on it.
You claim that you don't watch tier 2, but you watch LCS? I do. LCS has been surprisingly good this year, guys. Like, no joke. It's been way better than it has been in the last couple of years.
This is going to have to flash out. I don't think Weiwei can follow it up with his ultimate, really. He would have walked out all the same. JDG is taking a little while, but they get the first kill onto this Lucian Millia bot lane. Now the Lucian has hit one item. LNG have a power spike to play around there, but well played from JDG to keep pushing the go button in this bot side and finally getting something out of it. They use both.
Is it true that Wyoming has nothing to offer compared to Colorado? Why live in Wyoming? Well, if you could live in Jackson Hole or like by Yellowstone, that's pretty fucking epic in Wyoming. However, 90% of Wyoming is just a windswept fucking wasteland. So it's pretty miserable up there. There's only one specific part of Wyoming that's decent to live in.
As you said, now they have got that one item spike. Of course, Ruler did go back and pick up a Yomu's Ghostblade as well.
But if you're really rich and can live in Jackson Hole, Wyoming is cool.
As you mentioned by JDG, to make sure that Weiwei has been just tracked throughout any of these plays he's been wanting to go for, and they still don't really have an idea of where Kanavi's been going.
I think JDG as a team, one of the things which I've been most impressed with in their split so far has been about the vision which allows you to just track where people are just outside.
How rich are we talking for Jackson Hole? Max rich. All of the rich for Jackson Hole. The most rich. It's like where Harrison Ford's ranch is, and like Kanye West was living there for a while. Like big rich. Big rich.
Yet again, this time I think JDG would feel a lot better about looking for a dragon fight, but their ultimate's available. This has an ultimate. I think JDG as a team, one of the things which I've been most impressed with in their split so far has been about the vision which allows you to just track where people are just outside of the play that you're making. So like if you're looking to play through bot lane, they have a ward just outside to make sure no one's roaming down. In mid lane, when they play the Lucian with the Lucian Nami, they've done the same, just getting shallow vision just beyond the lane to see what's happening. See that scout Gets a good trade onto Kanavi. Dragon is up, second Dragon of the game. Missing has an ultimate available yet again. This time I think JDG...
Pretty good vision setup.
A lot better about looking for a Dragon fight, but their ultimate's available.
They're going to burn that one so easily, but maybe they get a little lazy. Yagao doesn't know, but now has a feeling as the Vi walks out. They didn't have the best of situation to kind of go for this.
Interesting that, I mean,
forward. Kanavi going to go forward. That's going to be the TP committed by both top laners.
Why are we fighting after the play?
We're going to have a 4v4, but
why are we fighting after the play?
They're going to try and make this one work with the Cassante, who's just going to go all out onto Kanavi, pick him up, turn around and try and burn and turn onto Yagao, who flashes away the double.
Oh my god, I can't believe Yagao lives.
Missing will gladly give his life for his mid laner, and LNG do end up getting the fight 2 for 1 at the end of it all, but it was a bit of a weird one from LNG, but they make it work.
They do.
It's almost like they think that they have to do something because they didn't cross map for Herald here, and then they get so antsy because they gave it up for free and didn't take anything. They're like, oh, surely we must fight right now. But also, what is Kanavi doing? Like, what is JDG doing? All right, you just walk away. Just fucking walk away. Like, you do not see, you know, where is this guy? He's got TP up. Just walk out. You know, clear this, move over to Herald's, push this out. If Cassante isn't here and you have free push, why not just push out mid and see if you can get Herald? Like, especially as you see the Vi.
They get a little lazy.
You know Vi's not on Herald. Oh, look, you have all the information you need. Vi's on the wrong side of the map. Push out mid. Take Herald. No, we have to walk up. We have to walk up when we don't know where Cassante is.
After the Dragon, we're going to have a 4v4, but I don't know why LNG wanted this. They're going to try and make this one work with the Cassante, who's just going to go all out onto Kanavi, pick him up, turn around and try and burn and turn onto Yagao, who flashes away the double tap, not quite getting it with the Ardent Blaze, missing, will gladly give his life for his mid laner, and LNG do end up getting the fight 2 for 1 at the end of it all, but it was a bit of a weird one from LNG, but they make it work.
They do. Zucker gets great value. I really want to praise, though, JDG. Very quick turnaround on
Shout out from Centennial, Colorado. Nice.
Felt like it was quite opportunistic.
I like how many people from Colorado are watching this stream. That's kind of crazy.
Just about make the most out of it. JDG, they still walk away.
How much worse is this JDG than last year's? I mean, it's going to be worse, guys.
So, big things which happen here. Missing has the Celestial opposition. That's a big part of how he can survive.
But we'll see how it ends up being in the end. They're still going to be a very good team.
That means that just after this, they don't have that same initial.
What a strange fight for JDG to take, though, for real.
After those abilities have just gone, and he does Cassante things. We know what he does at this point. Gala escapes the wall, gets some good damage over there too. He's starting to really start to hurt as this Lucian at the item break points in the mid game.
Good TV from Zika, now sitting at 2-0-1. You wouldn't want all your golden kills to be going on to the Cassante, but I mean, we've seen him do magical things in the land of League of Legends. He is a very, very powerful carry as tank or as an actual threat. As we wait to see now where everyone wants to kind of bring this next bit of pressure. A lot was blown in that last bot lane play, so no real ultimates available for anybody, to be honest, on the side of LNG. Apart from the Milio, who died so quickly he couldn't use his. So just going to accept that this Rift Herald is gone. Not really much else they can do about it. Just get pressure in the middle.
How does JDG get this Herald after all of that?
He's starting to really start to hurt as this Lucian at the item break points in the mid game.
Good TV from Zika, now sitting at 2-0-1. You wouldn't want all your golden kills to be going on to the Cassante, but I mean, we've seen him do magical things.
They have TP up on the Talia, even though I guess they just don't want to fight because they don't have ults because they used it in that in the previous fight. So you trade 2 for 1, but you end up losing Herald, which will probably mean, you know, it basically means you net negative on gold. So LNG, by not cross-mapping and forcing that play, even though they technically won it and JDG should have never fought it, like JDG could have, I think, immediately transitioned over to Herald, depending on their recalls. But they could have gotten mid pressure. Instead, they like went all in on this play, but they end up with Herald anyway. This is so fucking wacky.
For now, everything's happy enough for the side of JDG. They're getting all the objectives.
Yeah, you can see this is not how a Lucian Milio wants to be playing. They want to be pushed up in mid lane, going for the aggressive trades. But the way
who would I bet on the BLG Genji match right now? I want to watch the next BLG game before I answered that.
around.
All right, let's talk about this. This is actually hilarious because what he does is he gives time for the wave to push. It may have been an accident, guys, but he actually times it up with the push of the wave, so it ends up being better this way. Now, why is Weiwei going in? So the play call here, guys, is that because Talia Wall is coming in, and because Cassante is on the other side, you're trying to pinch them. But because they have Azir, I mean, you know that this turret's going to go down, and then the Azir turret's going to go up. So it's very, very hard to make this play. And the timing is off because they get Ruler, but ultimately it doesn't fucking do anything. And then now Scout gets pincered by Flandre, who's walking in from the turret he was defending. Weiwei was too early on this play. But also, it's just a dangerous play, guys. Because Azir turret exists.
They want to be pushed up in mid lane, going for the aggressive trades. But the way that JDG have played around...
Like, as soon as you see Azir here, and they know Azir is here, you know, instant tower. It's not perfect communication, but even if it was, like, you can just fall back to the turret.
Looking for a little bit of a turnoff. This is just so disconnected from LNG. They were just as confused and impressed by the Rift Herald navigating. They kind of just gave away 2 kills for free.
That was terrible.
Oh my gosh, but can we don't forget about the fight. Missing finally shows you can have a driver's license on the Herald. Points it the wrong way, but it's an absolute fake out. They kill the tower, which is huge there, because it means that the Azir turret means that they can claim that territory and that safe haven to team fight from afterwards. JDG, they're winning the mid lane battle against the Lucian Vilio. This is a combo which is meant to be uncontested in that. This is a big moment in this game now. You can see JDG, they're going to get...
Did I see Peanuts Rift Herald fail? Yeah. Thanks, Jobs. Thanks, Jobs, for the donation. That's very nice of you.
Game 1, whereas LNG taking both of the side lane outer turrets easily. But again, watching this, we don't even get a replay of the drift. I'm actually quite upset about that. But the Azir turret goes straight up. That means that
I assume that was intentional, just to sync up with the minion wave, but it really worked out even if it wasn't. And God knows what LNG was trying to do here. Like, I think maybe you can make that play if the timing is right, if you don't have a Azir turret, but it's really hard when Herald is up and with the Azir turret up to make that play.
No one's really there to follow up on him, like you mentioned. The Shurima's legacy goes down.
Would you be the host of a hold on? Would you be the host of a blind suitor dating show with ex-pros I'm putting together? My first suitors are Dardoch, St. Vicious, and I will dominate. It's called Jungle Love. I wish that was real. I would love to host that show. That shit would be hilarious.
You're trying to just calm the game down just a little bit. As we can see, Yagao dragging Scout all the way back in. He was sitting on vision, and he will go down. Solo killed there by Yagao. And these are the small little mistakes that we saw from LNG.
I will happily host that.
This is not vintage LNG.
Call the investors. Look, LFN. If you produce that show, LFN will help you. Just saying. If you want to produce that show for free and you can get the buy-ins of those people and you set it up, you can get a cut of whatever profit we make from it. How about that? I will produce that show with LFN.
That's going to set his team up for success at the Dragon, just like Scout did before. Missing, forcing the flash out of Gala. That's a big tool away from the Lucian, who's had so little impact this game. JDG take the freebie. That's sole point for them. JDG, they're in a much, much more dominant position now.
And this is what we expected from JDG. This is the kind of gameplay that they have started building towards, even with the only 2 games.
I'll make some calls.
This is just unfortunate from Scout, but there's just no real reason for him to expect a ward to be there.
Wow, Scout got the reverse Azir jump scare this game.
It's not a common place for one.
I mean, obviously the fallback. No,
I produce a show where Monty talks to T1 fans en masse. Yeah, but here's the thing. I will talk to any number of T1 fans, but they have to talk to me one-on-one, and they have to do it on video where they show their cowardly little faces. We'll see who's got the real balls then.
They have the run of the map wherever they really want to go now.
looks like they want to try and make something.
Spoiler, they won't.
Look at
They're
it,
shitty
it's
little
really
anonymous
set up
keyboard
to
warriors.
know where
Yeah,
anyone could
exactly.
be coming from. They play towards that side of the map as well. They have a ward or two up towards that.
My
top
favorite
side.
player to ever play,
Inside,
Score.
They actually have wards as well. So this is just JDG knowing
The
where
real
they
king of
can
the
and cannot
jungle.
go. And honestly, with the lack of presence around this Baron, and knowing you have the inside track, they're going to push in this mid lane. I don't know if you can really defend this that well. You're such a short-range composition. There's the Weaver's Wall coming out. They're not quite able to catch out missing. And that's just to defend the tier 2.
Yeah.
I will interview you as a T1 fan. Yeah, you're not the guy I'm talking about. We're talking about all the little shitters on
So LNG,
who
if they were
post
playing
on
this
social
hit
media.
Varus, maybe you wouldn't have enough range to answer, but with Yagao and Ruler over the wall, it kind of acts as a safety barrier for them at that point. So that Weaver's Wall not able to do that much. Weiwei luckily survives. That would have led to a Baron for free.
Am I doing power rankings on a team-by-team basis, or do also tier in each major region? No, it's the best, the top 10 teams in the world. There's no tiers. There's just the top 10 teams.
Honestly, it's still going to be a Baron start, you have to imagine. With Yagao on the map, blue buffs for everyone. They can get themselves a huge amount of Baron damage. LNG, they cannot afford to let Vision slip for too long in the top half of the map now.
And they need to start getting objectives. That tower bot lane is good. They need to start kind of opening up.
Get Western analysts talk to Korean or Eastern analysts. Yeah, that would be really fun. I miss, one of the things I miss most about casting at OGN is talking to the Korean casters like every day about their thoughts about the game. That was really fun. Kim Dong-jun was my favorite guy to talk to about that. I'm sad he's no longer like on the LCK main broadcast. I think he's great.
But I mean, you'll take that cooldown in the sense that there's nothing to fight for, so you're not worried.
Rejected by Monty.
That's fine. I mean, but you're not going to have a fight in the duration that this ult is now down. That's fine. LNG can't force the fights onto you. And if it had ended up being a Q a split second later from Weiwei, he would have been shunted back, and that would have potentially been dead jungler into Baron. JDG, I think they are one of our very best vision controlling teams in the LPL. You called it out earlier. Want to really highlight that again. LNG, they don't have the luxury of being able to leave this top side of the map unattended for too long. Luckily, they see Yagao sat here.
By Q on cooldown.
Range of the current combo, actually. But wait, Kanavi is here too. How quickly
Oh.
did they get this combo down?
Oh, he's going in. He flashed for it. Yagao is so lucky this game, guys. He lives with like 1 HP twice.
Gala's dead.
And they take him out. JDG, they took the shellacking they got in game number 1, and they're trying to dish out their own version of it. Zika has to go forward, but he didn't know that the Zonyas.
Man, these games have been really weird.
In a lot of trouble, and Missing just says, you know what, we can keep chasing this. Maybe not for the longest of times, but we can do it for the best of times. And that is an ace for.
Yeah, I know he's casting in Challenger, Dong-jun. I said I'm sad he's not casting LCK anymore.
LNG, they
I know he's still casting.
They thought they were in a chokehold and said, look, we have to pick off someone somewhere, but Kanavi.
If it was night, you say he's good but not lucky.
Scout ends up Zonyasing in the base.
I like Yagao, guys. That's the problem.
Sadly,
I'm not a
again,
Yagao hater.
Zonyas, I guess he'll have the active after this point, but the Baron goes down. JDG, looks like they've survived the final gambit from LNG in this phase of the game. This will explode the gold lead beyond what it even is at this point. They're going to be able to transfer this into a soul afterwards to LNG. Credit to.
Do you think NA is closing the gap? Or I mean, they're still the same bad against Eastern regions, but I think LCS has been more fun to watch this year, and I think the average level is higher.
Yeah, Gala just gets caught. Straight up, just gets caught, and then that's it. Too much CC.
And again, reminder, first pick Lucian. Lucian is the dominant AD carry within the LPL. You give over a Lucian Milio, you're meant to be able to win with it. They have
Yeah, the level 1 really screwed them up here. And credit to Yagao for like hanging around and for them to make like the delayed play in bot side, because it took a lot of the wind out of the sails of the bot lane of LNG.
Has a stopwatch after all this point. He manages to keep himself at range, and Zucker on the Kasante's had a good swing at things. It's just, what can you do when your carries are so out of position and dead before they can really be the decisive members in these team fights?
Yep, 7,000 gold lead now, and Cloud Soul just confirmed. They are pushing in towards that bot side, and the solo laners of LNG are top lane. They do have a TP on the scout, so he will be able to join this one, but I mean, your base is just being destroyed. I don't know if you can really justify this, and yeah, they're starting to recall now, but that feels like It's a desperation play. They have no other choice. I don't think they. I think they feel like they don't win a 5v5.
I mean, with this amount of grubs, you can't allow people to hit turrets like this. The repo men are outside your house. You gotta get home, LNG.
Yeah, they gotta get home. Make sure they're not losing everything, because right now the door has been busted open. 2 inhibitors down. Half health now onto that one Nexus turret. They'll be able to burn it down pretty much in the next minions or so, and that's just the power thing. Their Nexus to conquer. Zika looking for something here, trying to see if he can catch out Missing, and will be able to take him out. Yagao and Ruler still absolutely massive as they throw in more poke, more soldiers, and more plays. Yagao looking massive there with the Shurima.
It's just fair. It's just free.